Hey guys, what is going on? Steven back again. So, episode 5, Eastwatch, let's go over it, let's talk about it. So, of course, the episode starts off with Bronn dragging Jaime from the river. Kind of expected that to happen. He curses at Jaime for doing something so reckless like that. But hey, I guess in Jaime's mind, if I killed her, this probably would have been the end of it. Especially after seeing the power of what one dragon can do, let alone all three of them together. So, I guess he had to take a chance, I guess. And then, of course, we go to the riverbank. Just like in the trailer, all the Lannister soldiers right in front of her. And then, of course, she gives that saying, I'm not here to murder you. Bend the knee to me. And if you don't, well, I'm going to kill you. And, of course, some of the Lannister soldiers end up bending the knee to her. Randall Tarly refuses. Like I said in my prediction, I kind of expected him to refuse. I did also expect Dickon to refuse as well, but I kind of thought he would have eventually backed down and ended up bending the knee, which Randall Tarly actually kind of wanted him to do. And then of course we have Tyrion trying to talk them down, and he's trying to talk Daenerys down, and hey, I mean, you could have taken them prisoner, who knows, you could have had a prisoner exchange. Yara's still captured. I mean, although I don't really know what good that would really do. I mean, we don't even know what she has left for ships. If she has that one ship that Theon rode in on, we don't even know how many men, they still have that are loyal to Yara and loyal to Theon. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, we do know Theon wants to get Yara back, so, I mean, I don't know. Prisoner exchange would have been pretty good, but I don't think we're going to see any resolution with Yara this season. I think episode 6 is going to be focusing mostly on everything going north of the wall, and episode 7 is probably going to be everything, bringing the White Walker back and having that whole parlay and everything like that with Daenerys and Jon and Cersei and stuff like that. So I don't think we're going to get anything more with Yara this season. But, hey, anyway, she ended up cooking them both. So, hey, what can you do? And, of course, the rest of the Lannister soldiers ended up bending the knee right after that. Then, of course, we get Jaime returning to Cersei at King's Landing. Hey, look at that. My pictures are actually in order for once. And, of course, she already found out about the battle and stuff like that, which is pretty crazy how everyone is finding out about this battle, what seems like basically right after. And, of course, she's not concerned by losses. So they do have the Tyrell gold, and apparently they have repaid the Iron Bank. So the Iron Bank has been paid off. I know some people have been saying, well, maybe Randall was just saying that, or maybe the gold hasn't made it all the way through, King's Landing. Maybe it could have gotten ambushed. Who knows? But either way, Iron Bank has the gold, so that's the end of that. Then, of course, we can hire a mercenary army. Jaime says the Dothraki will destroy them too. But, again, that's only if they meet them in open field combat, which, I mean, not like the Lannisters planned on doing. I mean, they did get ambushed, so, hey, not like it was planned, but if they stay behind their castle walls and everything like that, I think it was Robert that said, they have no siege. No, was it Cersei? I think it was Cersei. They have no siege equipment. We get high walls and stuff like that. So, then what else? Then, of course, we also had, Jaime finally saying, that Lady Tyrell was the one who poisoned Joffrey, not Tyrion. Because, in a way, she poisoned him. Because Joffrey was too hard to control. As for Tommen, he was much easier to control and stuff like that. So, either way, she doesn't really care. She gives a reply, we will fight and die, or submit and die. So, very powerful words right there. Then, of course, the next thing we get is Daenerys returns to Dragonstone. Hey, look at that. My pictures are actually in order. She lands Drogon on a cliff right in front of Jon. Jon doesn't back off. He basically holds his ground. And, of course, Drogon basically comes face to face with Jon, and Jon ends up petting Drogon. Daenerys sees this and she's kind of like, the fuck? It's not supposed to happen. But yeah, Jon ends up petting Drogon and stuff like that. And then, of course, she begins trying to question him about that whole taking a knife in the heart for his people. What do you mean by that? When, out of the blue, Captain Friendzone returns. Jorah returns. He bends the knee. Daenerys gets all tingly inside. They're happy to see each other. Hey, there we go. So Friendzone has returned. He's probably thinking, hey, I'm back with my queen. I don't see Dario anywhere. Hey, who knows? And then, of course, he sees Jon. And then he's like, ah, shit, back in the friend zone I go. So, yep, nice little reunion right there. And then, of course, moving on, we get, Bran walking into a flock of ravens, just like in the premiere trailer and stuff like that, when, the ravens are flying over Eastwatch and everything like that. He sees the army of the dead, and of course the Night King looks up at the ravens, just like in the trailer, and basically shuts that shit right down, and takes Bran out of his, I guess, wogging state. So of course, the alert goes out, and then of course, at the Citadel, the Archmasters are all talking about the whole situation and everything like that. Not really sure what to make of it. And then of course Samwell's like, well, we should send out a warning. People will listen to you and stuff like that. And they're still kind of hesitant. They want more information. And then of course the Archmasters apparently already found out about everything that happened at the Field of Fire, and with Sam's father and brother getting burned by Daenerys, but they don't say anything, which, I mean, I don't know how everybody's finding out about this stuff like so quickly. I mean, from what we've seen, I don't know how much time has passed between these episodes, but everybody's finding out about everything right away. I mean, Cersei knows about the battle already. The Archmasters at the Citadel know about, Sam's father and brother being burned by Daenerys already. So, I mean, hey, I don't know, but everybody's finding out everything very quickly. Then, of course, we're back at Dragonstone again. Tyrion and Varys are disturbed by what Daenerys is doing, burning people. Tyrion replies she is not her father, but Varys reminds him of the Mad King's basically love for immolation of people. And then of course we get the War Council meeting. Jon gets the Raven from Winterfell. He's surprised that Arya and Bran are alive, so he's happy by that. And then of course he gets onto the news about the White Walkers are heading towards Eastwatch and everything like that. And now is really the time to act. We gotta really move stuff along here. And Tyrion brings up the idea, well, the only way you're really going to get people to work with you is if you bring one of them back, bring proof. We need evidence about this whole White Walkers and stuff like that. So of course they start to bring a plan together. Tyrion wants to sneak into King's Landing, talk to Jaime about working out some sort of deal. Of course, Sir Davos ends up sneaking him into King's Landing, and right away Jorah volunteers to go north and to capture some undead. But Jon says, "Hey, not going alone. I'll go with you. I have to go." And then of course Daenerys is like, "Wait a minute. You're still my prisoner. You don't have my permission to leave." But of course, Jon shuts that shit down. Hey, I'm king in the north. That's the end of that. And then of course we get Tyrion and Davos arriving at King's Landing. Bronn sets up the meeting with Jaime in the dungeon. And, of course, you know, it's just a little ploy to bring Jaime to Tyrion. And, of course, you know, those two have a very rocky reunion, I guess you can say. You know, Jaime doesn't want to hear anything that Tyrion has to say. And then, of course, we get Davos walking around, flea bottom, everything like that, when he comes across Gendry again. So it's good to see Gendry again. You know, he does put out that little joke, you know, hey, thought you were still rowing. You know, so it was good to see some good humor there. And then, of course, you know, Gendry saying, you know, well, I've been right here. I came back. Nobody noticed me. And, you know, so Davos is like, well, I think you should come with us. It's time. And then Gendry's like, all right, fuck this shit. I'm out. And, you know, he made himself a badass looking warhammer. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. I do have a picture of it. I gotta say, that is a badass looking warhammer. That is pretty cool. Although the rounded part here is pretty interesting. I mean, it still looks badass. I like how he's got like the stag antlers and stuff like that on the warhammer. That is pretty cool. I like that a lot. That's really neat. So he is you know, representing the Baratheon family, you know, even though he's still a bastard, he hasn't been legitimized yet. You know, he's still representing the family. Starting to lose my words and stuff like that. Yeah, so Gendry's like, you know, peace out, bitches. You know, when he goes with Davos, and then of course, you know, as they're getting ready to leave, some of the gold cloaks arrive. You know. So Davos bribes them, which was really cool. And, of course, we had to get, you know, Tyrion coming back at the same time. They notice them, and, you know, Gendry goes beast mode on them and smashes both of them in the face with his warhammer. So he's got some, he's been practicing. He's got some, you know, warhammer skills. You know, and Tyrion's like, he'll do. So that was pretty cool. I hope we get to see more of him. You know, I actually like him as a character. He's a pretty badass character. I mean, I think like Ned said in the first episode, you know, he's very much like, you know, a younger version of Robert. Which, I mean, it's pretty cool. Would like to see, you know, Robert's rebellion and stuff like that. See what he was like, you know, in his younger years. But looks like we're not going to get that. I mean, because it would be kind of cool. Because apparently, you know, Robert's warhammer and stuff like that was so heavy that, you know, really nobody could lift it. I think not even Ned could actually lift Robert's warhammer. So, you know, like father, like son. Yeah, what else did we get? We also got, yeah, after Gendry smashes the gold cloaks in the face, you know, Jaime tells Cersei about Tyrion's offer. You know, she doesn't really think too much of it, but wonders if he'll punish Bronn for setting up the meeting, which I hope not. I mean, you know, Bronn is awesome. He's an awesome character, and he's probably been like the best thing that, you know, the Lannisters have. I mean, how many times has he saved, you know, Jaime's ass? Quite a few times. And then, of course, we find out, you know, Cersei is pregnant and everything like that, and she doesn't try to hide it. You know, yep, you're the father. Not going to hide it. Then what else do we have? You know, back at Dragonstone, Davos arrives with Gendry, and they go to meet Jon. You know, Davos is like, well, why don't you keep your name, you know, keep that under wraps, you know, don't be so loud with that. Which, of course, you know, Gendry ignores and basically says, yep, I'm a Baratheon. I'm Robert Baratheon's son, bastard son, you know, which brought a shocking face to Jon, like, fucking seriously? Another Baratheon still alive? Wow. And it was pretty cool seeing them have, you know, kind of like little jokes, like in, you know, episode 1, where Robert goes up to Ned, you know, you've gotten fat. And Ned's like, look at you. So it was pretty cool seeing them, you know, have like a little jokes back and forth, you know, you're leaner. You're shorter. So it was pretty cool seeing a Stark Baratheon reunion. I lost my place. So yeah, it was pretty cool, you know, seeing those two get along again. And you know, of course, this is also when everybody starts to set out to head to Eastwatch. You know, they start packing up the boats, and they load up the crates with dragonglass weapons. Daenerys hugs Jorah goodbye, and also a little tension-filled farewell with Jon. You know, because she doesn't want him to go, but you know, hey, Jon's a leader. You know, he's not going to sit by. He's going to get in there and, you know, do what he needs to. And then, of course, we get, you know, more Citadel stuff. And, of course, we get the huge bombshell from Gilly, who reads about, you know, the scrolls and stuff like that. She mentions an annulment granted to Rhaegar Targaryen, although it wasn't really mentioned that it was Rhaegar, you know, because she's still learning to read. But, you know, hey, we know what she means. Yeah, she mentions an annulment that was granted to Rhaegar, followed by a marriage in Dorne, or a secret marriage in Dorne. And then, of course, they, you know, Sam's had enough of this shit, and, you know, he packs up and leaves. And then, of course, we also get, you know, finally, Jon and company arrive at Eastwatch. You know, Tormund's there. You know, he's a little skeptical about the plan and everything like that. But, he does have a few volunteers. That's when we find out, you know, the Brotherhood Without Banners has been captured. You know, the Hound, Beric Dondarrion, and oh, I can't remember the other guy's name. Thoros Amir. There we go. So of course we had a very interesting moment. You know, because everybody has history with everyone. You know, the Brotherhood sold Gendry. Oh my god, I'm losing Tormund and Jorah have, you know, kind of mixed reactions with each other because of his father. So, you know, everybody has problems with everything, with everybody else, but, you know, they end up, you know, forming a brotherhood, I guess you can say, you know, a fellowship, and, you know, you just say basically screw it, and, you know, they basically start going out into the north, and yeah, that's basically where the episode ends. Right there is, you know, with the gate being raised and the Fellowship going out into the north. But yeah, that was the episode. Pretty badass. Looks like they're setting up a lot of really good stuff for the next episode. You know, everything going on north of the wall, them trying to capture a white, bring it back, and you know, having that meeting, that parlay with Cersei and Jaime and Daenerys and Jon, and you know, whoever else is going to be there at that meeting and stuff like that. So a lot of good stuff has been set up for the last 2 episodes. But yeah, overall great episode. You know, it was good seeing Jorah back, or Jorah back with Daenerys. It was awesome seeing Gendry back again, and yeah, I mean, hopefully these characters stick around. You know, who knows? But hey, anyways, overall, awesome episode. Can't wait to see the last 2 episodes. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of shit going on in those last 2 episodes, so you know, we know what we get to look forward to. But yeah, all right, guys. Yeah, if you guys like the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like the content and stuff like that. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description box below. And of course, leave me your thoughts and comments. What did you guys think about the episode? What was your favorite part? You know, did you like Jon petting Drogon? Did you like finding out about the marriage annulment? Are you happy Gendry's back? You know, let me know what you liked the most about the episode. But yeah, other than that, more videos are on the way. Tomorrow I will probably have up my trailer breakdown video on episode 6, and then I will probably also have my prediction video. That will probably be later on near the end of the week when HBO releases you know, some of the pictures from that episode plus the synopsis of the episode. So that will probably be Thursday and Friday when that comes out. But, you know, I'll probably be putting out more videos. I'll see if there's any more theory videos, because apparently you guys really like that Lady Stoneheart theory. So I'll see what we got for theories, you know, as long as it's nothing, you know, nothing too ridiculous or dumb, you know, like Bran is Cersei or some random shit like that. But, you know, I'll see what we got. But anyways, guys, yeah, stick around. More videos are on the way, and I will see you guys next time.